Hi, my name is Sheryl Stedman with Keep Your Eyes Focused on Jesus. Hashtag KYEFOJ. We're reading today for Jesus Calling, April the 30th. It's really good. When some basic need is lacking, time, energy, money, consider yourself blessed. Your very lack is an opportunity to latch onto me in unashamed dependence. When you begin a day with inadequate resources, you must concentrate your efforts on the present moment. This is when you are meant to live. This is where you are meant to live, in the present. It is the place where I always await you. Awareness of your inadequacy is a rich blessing, training you to rely wholeheartedly on me. The truth is that self-sufficiency is a myth perpetuated by pride and temporary success. Health and wealth can disappear instantly, as can life itself. Rejoice in your insufficiency, knowing that my power is made perfect in weakness. There's so much in here. Wow, I don't even know where to begin. We know that we're to live in the present, not in the future, not in the past. However, it's so easy. I think it's harder to live in the present than it is to either live in the past or the future. Maybe that's because we have an undisciplined mind. And that's what Paul said, tossed to and fro, getting nowhere. So what do we get from this? What do we want to come out of this application, this devotion? First of all, it's not a bad thing to be dependent on Jesus. I think I said last week that dependency is not a weakness. There is strength in dependency, and that's just what he's saying here. If you feel inadequate and you have to rely on Jesus because for some reason you don't have the strength or you don't have the capabilities or whatever, he says that's great, because he says that's the opening for me to come into your life. I really understand this. I'm so far out of my league on making these videos and making them new and doing this and doing that and working with all this instruments and equipment. It is far out of my league. And I know how it is to be dependent on him. And there are times when I feel like I fall far short of the goal. But we have to be reminded that the goal is not success out there, achieving something. The goal is to be living with him in the present moment. He really doesn't care about wealth, or, like he said, it's temporal. Yes, we need it, but we're concentrating on the wrong thing. And I am so guilty of that. I want to concentrate on Jesus' presence. So I'm going to get right into it. And I forgot to do my awareness is an inadequacy is a rich blessing, training you to rely wholeheartedly. Why is he training us to rely on him anyway? Good question. Rejoice in your insufficiency, knowing that my power is made perfect in weakness. Why do we want his power to be made perfect in us? There's so much to this. Then when you start digging into this and you start applying it to your mind and the way you think about things, you go, whoa. So we're going to go right into the verse. And James is such good. Remember, James said, count it all joy. I cannot buy that. So we're going to go into 1:5-8. And then we're reading from the Message translation today. If you don't know what you're doing, pray to the Father. He loves to help. You'll get his help and won't condescend. You won't be condescended to when you ask for it. Ask boldly, believing without a second thought. People who worry their prayers are like wind whipped waves. Don't think you're going to get anything from the master that way, adrift at sea, keeping off your keeping all your options open. Another nugget that we have to unwrap that nugget carefully because there's so much in this that we could spend a long time just on these verses here. But we're going to go to the second one, and the second one is 2 Corinthians, and it's another one. It is so good to be reminding us of what we're supposed to be doing. 2 Corinthians 12:10. I got the wrong page. No, I didn't. Here we go. Because of the extravagance of those revelations in Paul's talking, and so I wouldn't get a big head, I was given the gift of a handicap to keep me in constant touch with my limitations. You hear that? Where are your limitations? Your limitations are gold. Satan's angel did his best to get me down. What he in fact did was push me to my knees. I've been there this week. No danger then of walking around high and mighty. At first, I didn't think of it as a gift and begged God to remove it. 3 times I did that, and then he told me, "My grace is enough. It's all you need. My strength comes into its own in your weakness." Once I heard that, I was glad to let it happen. I quit focusing on the handicap and began appreciating the gift. It was a case of Christ's strength moving in on my weakness. Now I take limitations in stride and with good cheer. These limitations that cut me down to size, abuse, accidents, opposition, bad breaks, I just let Christ take over. And so, the weaker I get, the stronger I become. The weaker, the stronger I become. These verses here, I want you to concentrate on them today. 2 Corinthians 12, and you start at 10. And I'm in the Message translation, but go to any of them. You go to the ones that you relate to. You hold your head up high today. And would you please subscribe to my channel and share? Somebody out there needs these words, and you know exactly who that is. Let God tell you where to share this video. You have a great day today. You hold your head up high. You are a child of God. You are victorious in no matter what it is. You're even victorious in your weakness. And with that, I'll say bye for now. See you tomorrow.